My name is Kimberly Cato, and I'm the registered psychotherapist and CEO of ROOTS Counselling Services, where we purpose to come alongside people who are overwhelmed and perhaps blindsided by life-altering circumstances and give them tools and strategies designed to help them, transform their trauma into triumph.
Medina Jones, the co-founder of Halton's Black Student Union, a member of Halton Black Voices, and a grade 12 student in Oakville. The group is passionate, and she's a passionate community activist working to create positive change alongside like-minded individuals. Medina would like to nourish an environment where community care is encouraged alongside self-care, and where Black people can be self-determinate and able to ask for help when they need it. That's wonderful. So welcome, Medina.
Excellent.
Thank you. I'm really grateful to be here and listen and learn from all the conversations and maybe also participate. I'm definitely the least qualified person here. But I want to share what I can. Thank you for having me.
You're not the least qualified. Everybody is qualified. We come here with our hearts and our experiences and our exposures. And given the fact that you're grade 12, you're stepping out in a direction that I didn't have the courage to step out in when I was in grade 12. So I applaud you for stepping out in the manner that you have. Welcome.
Yeah, okay. So I think, I really resonated with that too, because I think when they were discussing how shame only thrives off of the belief that it's controlling you, I think that's really prevalent in my life. And I think with a lot of other Black people who've experienced racism on the daily, and to walk around in a very, in a sense where you have to carry your identities and the implications of that when you're surrounded by people who I guess a very toxic environment around you. And I think from my experience as a student and always predominantly white institutions, there's always that I think recognition that you exist as a Black person in that space, and when you see something that doesn't sit right with you, you have to carry that. And I think this is in the Black Student Union that I'm part of. This is a discussion that we have a lot on how we're often gaslit on our experiences and made to feel like it doesn't exist. And I think that's really shameful, because now you doubt your lived realities, and you doubt things that have actually happened to you, things that are traumatizing. And that's mentioned the thing with Oprah, where if you substitute a rape with a very a violent act of racism, is it actually that act that is making you feel horrible, or is it the fact that nobody believes you about it afterwards, or you don't know how to interact and cope with that? So that's sort of my thoughts on it. I think it's really interesting to think about how we have to engage with those feelings and engage with interactions, and specifically how as Black people we have to walk around and carry that, and we're being told that we have to internalize that, even by default, even because it just isn't the space that we're given, and we have to create that space with forms like these. So I'm glad that we're having that.
It really, that secrecy piece, that having to, particularly as an individual who's surrounded whether it be working or interacting in predominantly white spaces, and having to cap and silence my experience because it is gaslit if I speak, or there's jeopardy of retaliation if I speak, or jeopardy of losing a position or my finances or all of those things if I do speak. So that shame becomes the, silence becomes the dominant response that genuinely feeds shame. And so it continually grows because you're not in a space where where it's safe to speak about the thing that is causing you distress. And the less you are able to speak, the more you are silent, the bigger that shame becomes. And it just becomes a wretchedly vicious cycle. So yeah, this in particular, this little clip has really resonated with me. How